Good Monday, traders. Welcome back to the Forexboard Trading Academy. In this analysis, I would like to present you New Zealand versus United States dollar currency pair. Before we get started, I would like to remind you all the information in this video is for educational purpose only and should not be considered as a financial advice. I would like to just show you which ideas we have, analysis and ideas overall. At the bottom, there is a list of them, just Australian Japanese yen missing because it was produced on the TradingView. But there is something in common. We have Australian Swiss franc, we have Euro Swiss franc, New Zealand Swiss franc, Canadian dollar Swiss franc, and pound Swiss franc. All this emphasizes the weakness of the Swiss franc, which also related to the silver and gold, which emphasizes the weakness of gold and silver. And then we have Australian dollar, pound dollar and New Zealand dollar, which is the analysis for today. This means that the dollar could be getting weak against these currencies, but this is the short-term ideas. This is not something that will be going on for a long time. I think this is more or less medium to short time frame. So I would like to start now with the analysis on the New Zealand dollar. What we have is a clear uptrend on the daily time frame. Here we have rejection of the exponential moving average with a period of 200. I have applied FIBs to this wave up after we broke the downtrend trend line. So this was initial bottom, price spiked below, again spike and failed to close below. So this was initial bottom. I put it all the way up to the top. We have 61.8 FIBs, clean rejection along with the moving average. This is extremely strong support considering that on the daily time frame there was a spike produced below and then we failed to close below this massive support. Also, this is the area of extremely strong demand because we had here a supply area, then it was demand area, and now it's demand again. It's a support area which has been rejected. There was support level rejected and support area rejected as well. Massive demand here on the New Zealand versus dollar, and I do think we will produce here a double bottom at around this price area, which is near 0.6685 approximately. So this could be an area of interest. Now let's move to the 1 hour chart. What we have here is a channel, descending channel, and here we have reached the bottom and rejected it. So there was a rejection of the bottom of the channel, price started to move up. There is an average price downtrend trend line. We have used these two highs. You can see there was a rejection, price went a lot to the upside, and then there was a sharp correction. This was a move to kick out all the buyers. After this breakout, all the buyers kicked out, and now it's time for the price to move up. We had the breakout of this downtrend trend line right when this high has been broken. Now this area becomes the support. Previously it was the support area as well. Support, 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 and now support again. And this could be the beginning of the uptrend. Now we have formed the triangle pattern here. Perhaps it will be important to see the break and close above on the 1 hour chart to confirm this, but it already looks extremely bullish. Now if price will be going down below this low, 1 and or 4 hour candle closing below this price is most likely invalidates the bullish outlook, and price could be moving down instead of moving up. And for now, it seems like a good opportunity considering the overall trend is up and the rejection of the trend line, rejection of the FIBs, rejection of the channel, break above the trend line, and perhaps we will have the break above the triangle. And the final confirmation could be the break above this high, which is at 0.6549. And this could be the final confirmation. I would not exclude the possibility that price will continue ranging. It will not form a triangle, will go lower, but still this analysis remains bullish as long as 1 and 4 hour closing price remains above this. And we will see how it unfolds. Time to move back to previous analysis we had, and let's start with the dollar pairs. Pound dollar. This idea, I said that we were kicked out with a half profit fix. I now think the idea is valid, so we will keep this idea on. It remains valid. I still believe that we will be testing this resistance. So along with the New Zealand dollar, pound dollar should be going to the upside as well. Euro dollar, same. This is valid analysis. We still expect this resistance along with the pound dollar and New Zealand dollar. So these three ideas are valid. Let's have a look at the silver. Now, in regards to silver, there was no break below this low of the channel, so channel remains, it's holding. I would expect this spike still to be produced above this high. I will just place a line which is 27.53. I would expect another spike before and if price goes down. And as I said, guys, as long as price remains below 26.70, this is a correctional downtrend, correctional move to the downside. So not a downtrend, but could be a pretty sharp correction to the downside. But still, the best price, if there will be, it's just above this high here. Another spike is needed for the perfect. So basically, if price goes above, closes below on the forward time frame, this could be the good opportunity, selling opportunity. Back to our oldest ideas. No, let's start with Euro Australian dollar. Resistance held, so idea remains valid. We're still waiting for the downtrend. Could take a while. Now the August is ending, so trend should be starting anytime with the beginning of September, I would expect, because we expecting a big move on the Australian dollar pairs. Australian Swiss franc, idea remains valid, although it's just on the near the entry, but in green, so still consolidating, but should be moving sometime, maybe this and next week. On the Euro Swiss franc, this was attempt to break actually below but failed. Price has reached the moving average. It seems like it has been broken, although the idea remains valid. If I just change the moving average to the simple, let's see what happens. Here the simple moving average has been rejected, so still holding this is the support. We can see massive support formed overall near 1.0734, and we are still holding tight to this idea. It still remains valid. New Zealand Swiss franc idea of Friday, this also a valid idea. We still expect the upside move along with Australian Swiss franc and New Zealand dollar. So these both complement to this idea, although this, guys, is a counter trend idea, and risk here should be minimum, obviously, because we are kind of fighting the trend, which is also a high risk. Canadian versus Swiss franc, idea is in green. Half of the profit could have been fixed here, and stop loss at the break-even point is, as I said, is always a good way to fix some profit, but it's always optional. I do expect price to be moving up and potentially moving even higher. And pound Swiss franc also in green, although we had this correction, but still, guys, along with the pound dollar, I would expect it to move up. Well, we have Swiss franc weak, pound strong, hopefully. So this idea remains valid. Let's see how it goes. And finally, we will move to the trading view idea, Australian Japanese yen. Here, idea remains valid. We still are slightly above the entry point, but I do believe the target should be tested sometime this or next week. There has been a lot of range trading going on. At some point, there will be a trend, and I think the trend will be quite strong and fast. So that's it. Please do click the like if you did enjoy the video, or if you didn't for some reason. I would love to hear your feedback down in the comments below, and I will certainly try to improve if you have a valid point. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, don't hesitate to do so. We will have a lot of great analysis coming. Well, we do have them each and every day, every trading day, and we will continue to do so. This week we will be launching, most likely this week, it's not guaranteed yet, but most likely this week we will be launching the premium signals. The more details will be available soon. Also, your feedback on this would be appreciated, but from what we heard already, this is something of interest, and we will try to launch this service. We're finishing for today. See you tomorrow again with another analysis, and till next time.